What's going on, y'all? I'm not really one for resolutions and nothing like that, but I do have one that I'm going to be leading with a lot more vulnerability and openness in my work, in my life, whether it's here on the internet, all my platforms and shit, or if it's on that stage, And in order to do that, I got to really do that. So I wanted to address something that's kind of this, I guess, been around for a long time, 5 years now, and but I've never addressed it. I know a lot of people talk about me dating Kenan Thompson's ex-wife, and how that came to be, and I'm gonna just tell it to you straight, man. It wasn't no plan. I saw everything that everybody said. Every single thing that everybody said, I saw it, And bottom line is, I'm not the type of person to scheme on a person. I'm not the type of person to even date somebody that like one of my homies has dated. This is a very unique, nuanced thing that happened. We were all cool. I was never like hitting on. It was never nothing crazy until it got crazy. Bottom line is, while I was at the show, I had some pill issues, I had some pill problems. Nothing too crazy, but crazy for my black ass, And, I was even selling some to the people, so some of my castmates. I'm not gonna snitch on y'all motherfuckers, man. But it was really funny to me that like I would be around on this shit and people would talk shit about it and talk shit about me and I would hear them cause some of that Adderall shit got you fucking super hearing and shit. But wouldn't like help me, I would have panic attacks, wouldn't like be concerned about me and nothing, just would talk shit, and it was crazy how somebody would watch you destroy yourself, This lady was the only one, to call me on my shit, help me with my shit. She helped me with my therapy journey, and she told me things about her life that made me look at a lot of people involved in it differently, and in that time, we fell in love, man. And I felt bad from the start. It's always felt like an emotional double-edged sword for me because I really love everything me and Kenan did, bro. I really appreciated every piece of work that we put together. I think that we were a great team, and I hate doing something to somebody that I know would hurt them. No matter who they are, no matter what they've done, that's just not how I'm built. Like, I'm not built like that. I don't feel player for this shit at all, But I did choose love, and that's what this story is. And it made me look terrible. It made me look terrible to people that I love, and a lot of my fans. So I didn't know how to do this without doing this. I'm in therapy, nigga. So like, ever since I figured out that I'm more sad than angry, all my anger issues have turned into tears, nigga. Like, it's crazy, bro. But to all the fans I disappointed, you know what I mean? Like, just know this was not something, I don't feel like a pimp. I don't feel cool about this at all, besides the fact that I found someone that makes me feel like I didn't even know what love was for real. And I just felt like I couldn't miss out on it. And love is not sensical. And me and him talked about it. And I'm not going to say, and we were cool and we continued to work for a year after we talked about it, and I remember it specifically being said, let's just keep this shit under wraps. And as soon as everybody found out, shit changed. But look, listen, this is the type of thing that, and you can have a conversation with a nigga about that shit, but she can switch on a dime. You know what I'm saying? Like, because this is so serious. And now that I'm in that kind of love, I understand, I understand it completely. I felt like there's probably outside of not doing this at all, there's different ways I could have went about this shit, but I was in love and I was, and I was spiraling out, bro, and that's what happened. And then by the time everybody found out and the world found out, I was out of there from SNL, And so when I got punched in the face, which we will have jokes about that for sure at the show, most people who know me from back home would know that, I would be retaliating in a heartbeat, but not this time, bro. This time it felt like Fair enough. Anyway, this wasn't meant for laughs. It's just meant for me to just put some narrative on something that a lot of folks is already talking about, but won't bring it up to me at all. You know, I'm sorry for the people I disappointed with this. Just know it wasn't to be a dick. It felt like a love I couldn't miss out on it, and I had to shoot for it. And I've never put anything above my comedy and my work. But I felt like I couldn't move on to the next stage of this creatively without addressing this. So if you don't like seeing grown men cry about hard choices they made, this is going to suck for you as a video. This is going to suck to me to look back on. But 28th, caveat, New York City, I will be starting to address all of this. The whole show is not going to be about this, okay? The whole show is going to be about love. So you know what? I'm gonna have little sheets on the table. You tell me what you've given up for love. You tell me what you sacrificed for love once, you know. And let's just talk about it together, whether it's good or bad, you know. And I'll see you on the 28th at the caveat, baby. Peace.